Live from Pix Plaza on 42nd Street. It's the Pix11 News at 6.
Shark sightings in the Rockaways putting a pause on New Yorkers' beach day. What measures are in place to ensure the safety of swimmers? Expect some heavy foot traffic on the Upper West Side. The city's Open Streets program is back for the season. But first, a homeless shelter on the Lower East Side is sparking concern among residents. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kadi Tan. You're watching the Pix11 News at 6. Multiple registered sex offenders are found to be living in a homeless shelter just blocks away from a children's playground. Our Pix11's Janae Caldwell is live for us right now with the details. Good evening, Janae.
Good evening, Kaidi. Well, according to the New York State Sex Offender Registry, 5 people are listed as living at the shelter at 61 Christie Street, which is just steps away from the Hester Street playground behind me, where dozens of children come to play every day. Now, that shelter, that location was reportedly converted into a homeless shelter in 2021. According to the state's Division of Criminal Justice Services, the Sex Offender Registration Act does not restrict where a registered sex offender may live. However, if an individual is under parole or probation supervision, state law may limit them from living within 1,000 feet of a school or other facility caring for children. According to the city's Department of Homeless Services, not all people registered in the sex offender database have residency restrictions. A spokesperson for the city's Department of Social Services maintains that the city is in compliance with local laws and regulations, which includes being mindful of any residency restrictions laid out in state law. Now, we spoke to a parent who feels more could be done to assure the safety of children at the playground.
As a parent, I'm furious. I don't want my child next to anything that has anything to do with sexual offenders. There's a bunch of new establishments and new buildings being built, so I figure if they could just move them to more of a remote location.
And that spokesperson also says the city maintains open lines of communication with community representatives to address any concerns as they arise. We are live on the Lower East Side. Janae Caldwell, Pix11 News.
Janae, thank you. Well, before you plunge into the water, do not forget we are not the only ones who enjoy hanging out by the beach. Shark sightings at Rockaway Beach are putting swimmers on high alert, leading to a brief closure as lifeguards clear the water. Our Pix11's Corey McGinnis has more on what's being done to keep everybody safe.
Lifeguards at Rockaway Beach sprang into action on the 4th of July, blowing whistles and keeping a close watch after 2 sharks were spotted swimming near beachgoers. The sighting led to a brief closure of the beach as safety crews responded.
It is scary. I mean, all it takes is one bite and that's it.
Lisa Mangan, who was at the beach with her 2 daughters, described the scene.
We heard down on 34th Street that there was a shark sighting, but it's funny that they pulled everybody out of the water up here because it's so far.
New York City Deputy Mayor for Public Safety Kaz Daughtry posted this on X. Quote, "These sightings were very close to beachgoers, but thanks to drone tech, lifeguards, and the dedicated professionals at NYC Emergency Management, we're keeping everyone safe as they enjoy the holiday." End quote. Other beachgoers praised the lifeguards for their quick response.
"Why are you whistling at everybody? It's enough already." And she said, "Because you can't go swimming today. There was a shark sighting." She gave me some valuable information. Yeah, kept me safe.
I'm just gonna go a little more shallow, won't go deep, just gonna get my toes wet.
They have the drones out looking for the sharks. I'm impressed.
In August 2023, a 65-year-old woman was bitten by a shark at the same beach, marking the first confirmed shark attack in the city in decades. Meantime, beachgoers remain cautious and keep a watchful eye on the waves as they hope to enjoy the rest of the summer without any more close encounters.
I'm afraid of sharks, so I've seen Jaws.
And officials say they'll keep monitoring the situation and keep beachgoers up to date with the latest information regarding any additional sightings. For more information, you can follow us online at Pix11.com. Reporting in Rockaway Beach, Corey McGinnis, Pix11 News.
The July 4th holiday ended in tragedy for 3 people in Queens. A triple stabbing killed 1 man and injured 2 others, and the killer still on the loose. This all happened in Jamaica overnight. Neighbors describing a chaotic scene as first responders rushed in to find 3 men in their 20s stabbed near Sutton Boulevard and 112th Street. 112th Avenue, actually. A 25-year-old was killed, stabbed in the chest. At this point, there's no known motive, but a woman living nearby said she wasn't surprised.
Fortunately, this is a common thing in this neighborhood. It makes me nervous. It's very scary, that, you just can't enjoy your holiday. But my prayers do go out to the victims.
The other 2 victims are expected to recover. Call Crime Stoppers if you have any information that could help. A 3-car crash shut down all westbound lanes of the Belt Parkway this morning in Queens. Officials say this happened just after 6 near Cross Bay Boulevard when the driver of a BMW hit the highway median and 2 other cars. The driver of that car, a 24-year-old man, is now in critical condition. 3 passengers in the BMW were also injured. 1 critical tonight, and the other 2 are stable. The driver of a red Hyundai, a 34-year-old woman, is also in stable condition. The driver of the 3rd car involved was not hurt. 2 New Jersey communities grieving 3 of their own after a severe thunderstorm wreaked havoc Thursday evening. Thousands remained without power tonight in Union, Somerset, and Middlesex counties. Power will be restored, but this storm will long be remembered for the deadly toll it took. In Plainfield, 25-year-old Brian Ernesto Valadares and a 44-year-old woman from Middlesex died. And in nearby North Plainfield, a 79-year-old man died after a tree fell on his car. Pix11 spoke with the victim's sister.
And I don't know how to. And the words can't be saying. Last night I went to bed and I left the lights on for him, but he never came home.
PSE&G expects power will be restored to all customers in the area by tonight. The shocking conclusion to the trial of music mogul Sean Diddy Combs played out right before our eyes last week. On Tuesday, we got word that the jury was unsure about whether to convict him on a racketeering charge. On Wednesday, we learned Diddy was found guilty on 2 charges of taking women across state lines to engage in prostitution. In an unexpected turn of events, he was acquitted on 3 other charges, including racketeering and sex trafficking. Diddy's acquittal led many to believe he would be let out on bail and be home free to see his family, but his bail was denied, and he remains in jail. There will be a virtual hearing on Tuesday to discuss when he will be sentenced. What a beautiful 4th of July weekend we're having, right? Hope you're enjoying that lovely barbecue and beach weather. Let's check back in with meteorologist Mike Masco now. Hey there, Mike.
Hey, Kaida, good evening. We have a new tropical system across the South Atlantic coast. So this morning, we finally named this thing Tropical Storm Chantal, and it's just off the Carolina coastline. By the way, this is the 3rd named system of the year. Most of the other storms were out over the open Atlantic, but this one looks to come ashore. We do have tropical storm warnings from places like Cape Fear, North Carolina, all the way down towards the Charleston River. So this is going to be a formidable tropical storm. Not going to be noteworthy for the winds, but we are expecting some extensive flooding as these bands will be continuing to spiral in on a real southeast to northwest kick. In fact, you can see the rain showers coming through late tonight into tomorrow morning. And then we are concerned with this because it is expected to come into the North Carolina coastline and will start to siphon some moisture northbound. So we are expecting us not only to go muggier tomorrow afternoon, but yes, introducing spotty showers because of the outer fringes of Tropical Storm Chantal. And that will be in here by Monday morning and then Monday afternoon. And then Monday night, there could be a couple of downpours. We have a frontal boundary out to the west, tropical moisture coming from south to north. And again, that collision could produce some tropical downpours across the tri-state area. And by the way, this is going to stay unsettled, this pattern, as we go into next week. We'll break it down for you in the 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, we know what to expect now. Thank you for that, Mike. A world-class performing venue in the city opening its doors to kids of all ages is extending a special invitation to those with neurodivergence. It's called Big Umbrella Day. Julie Millay reports now from Lincoln Center.
These kids might not be dancing in the rain, but they are part of what's called Big Umbrella Day. And it has nothing to do with the weather.
To really expand the umbrella of the performing arts to be a more welcoming and inclusive space.
Saturday's event at Lincoln Center was a day filled with multi-sensory activities for kids of all ages and abilities.
We had tried to add as many accommodations as possible on Big Umbrella Day, so there will be captioning, there will be interpreters throughout the day.
Like this interactive dance workshop you see here, or outside, this installation of big big blue blocks where 4-year-old Edward got to work.
He loves building, so that's why we take him here for the sensory.
The hands-on activity is meant to spark creativity and collaboration.
He has been engaged here like 20 minutes, so it's great fun.
You guys are. And returning in 2025, a silent disco hosted by a deaf DJ who spins the music only by feeling the beat.
We hope and plan for it to be a welcoming space where people can come as they are and engage how they want to.
At Lincoln Center, I'm Julie Millay, Pix11 News.
Good news for LIRR and Metro North Rail riders. The Summer Saturdays program is back. It lets monthly ticket holders bring a friend for just $1 a piece. They'll be able to travel anywhere, regardless of what stations are on that ticket. That said, there will be no cross-honoring of tickets, meaning the Long Island Railroad will not accept Metro North tickets and vice versa. The deal starts today and goes on through August 30th. There's no better way to explore New York City streets than by walking, getting in your steps, right? Now a stretch of Manhattan streets will be reserved for just that. Coming up, a full report on the Summer Open Streets program.